Have you ever discovered a betrayal so calculated, so cold, that anger felt too small an emotion? This is the story of how one woman's careful observation unraveled her husband's elaborate deception, and how the truth became the sharpest weapon of all. Eric's text glowed on my screen, I'm stuck at work. But as I pushed through the diner door, the server's words hit differently, he's at table 5, with his fiancée. No shock. No tears. Just, clarity. Let me take you back 3 months. I'm Vivian, a graphic designer who sees what others miss. In my work, a single misaligned pixel ruins everything. Details matter. Deception shows itself in the smallest inconsistencies. And my husband Eric? He was about to reveal every single one. If you've ever felt like something was off in your relationship but couldn't quite put your finger on it, keep watching. This story will show you exactly what to look for, Eric was a project manager, polished, ambitious, always perfectly put together. At company events, he radiated confidence and control. The kind of man people called going places I used to admire that drive. Until I realized I wasn't part of his destination. I was just the scenery he'd arranged for the current stage of his performance. 3 months ago, everything shifted. Eric started obsessing over his appearance, checking mirrors multiple times, adjusting his collar endlessly. Big meeting? I'd ask. Not really. Just want to look professional. But his eyes wouldn't meet mine. That 1-second pause. A designer notices that kind of misalignment. Hit that subscribe button right now if you want to hear more stories about recognizing deception and reclaiming your power. Late-night phone calls in hushed, gentle tones. The kind of voice you use when you're trying to impress someone important. Who was that? Andrew Just a coworker. Too fast. Too rehearsed. I filed it away mentally, something's wrong here, Sudden, emergency meetings, Coming home late, women's perfume clinging to his clothes. New coworker stood too close when we exchanged documents, he explained smoothly. I didn't argue. But that thin thread of doubt. It was tightening around my wrist, light but unmistakable. A small velvet box in his jacket pocket. Inside, a clean, expensive diamond ring. Who's this for? The question escaped before I could stop it. A female client. Company reward for hitting targets. He said it with such conviction that I felt foolish for questioning him. That's how good liars work, they make you doubt your own clarity. You wouldn't understand Those 3 words became his shield. His way of creating distance without raising suspicion. His phone started going dark at night. First time, straight to voicemail. Second time, powered off. Third time, a text 2 hours later, emergency meeting. I didn't reply. Sometimes silence reveals more than accusations. If this story is resonating with you, drop a comment below sharing your own experience. You're not alone, A slip of paper fell from his jacket. Midtown restaurant. Expensive wine. 2 entrees. Who did you eat with? A male coworker. Noisy table next to us, they probably mixed up the wine order. Instant answer. Too smooth. Too prepared. I folded the receipt and placed it in my desk drawer. Evidence collected. Pattern recognized. Every time he prepared for these, late meetings Eric stood before the mirror for a full minute. Straightening his collar. Adjusting his hair. Checking himself one more time. He wanted to look polished. Not for me. For someone else. Then came the pivotal moment, when ambition revealed its true cost. Eric sat across from me, hands folded, expression earnest. Asterisk, I need a loan in your name. To prove financial capability for a promotion. I've hit my credit limit. Just this once. Asterisk. Why would a promotion require proving financial capability? Internal process asterisk asterisk. You wouldn't understand. Asterisk. There it was again. That phrase. The one he used to shut down my questions while making me feel inadequate. He talked about leadership, responsibility, doors opening. All of it sounded reasonable. Too reasonable. I signed the papers. Not because I was naive, because I still believed I was helping my ambitious husband build our future. I didn't know that future had no room for me. That loan wasn't for us. It was his down payment on a different life. And I was funding it with my own signature. Make sure you're subscribed because what happens next will show you exactly how to handle this kind of betrayal with dignity and strength. Days later, I overheard him on the balcony. His voice dropped low, soft, almost pleading. Asterisk, yes, I understand. I'll try harder. Getting to meet him is a blessing for me. Asterisk. When he came inside, who was that? A beat. Just one. Asterisk, Andrew. Asterisk. But the tone didn't match. A designer knows, when the voice and the name don't align, something's been altered. Eric left his phone on the table while showering. The screen lit up. My dad likes you asterisk asterisk. Thank you for tonight. Asterisk. No emoji. No casualness. Formal. Serious. The kind of message someone sends when a relationship has weight. I didn't touch the phone. Just looked. And every single red flag, every dismissed question, every strange explanation, suddenly formed a complete picture. Not Andrew. Ollie. 3 letters I'd glimpsed on his phone weeks earlier. Now I understood, Alina. And that message about, my dad. This wasn't a coworker. This was someone whose family Eric was desperately trying to impress. When Eric emerged, towel around his neck, he saw me near his phone. His face shifted, just half a second, but I caught it. Coworker sent it to the wrong person. Don't think about it. Too quick. Too soft. The voice of someone covering tracks. I sat down. Said nothing. Because I didn't need to ask anymore. I needed to see. The pieces aligned like pixels snapping into place. Eric had mentioned it before, the chairman's family values stability. This could be my chance to move up. Alina wasn't just a woman. She was his ticket. His strategy. His promotion wrapped in a diamond ring. Like this video if you're starting to see the full picture coming together. That night, Eric left early. Meeting with a client. The cologne was stronger than usual. The shirt, the one he saved for important impressions. He drove straight toward Midtown. Our cars shared a GPS app. He assumed I never opened it. He was right, until that night. The red dot stopped at an upscale restaurant. The same area Eric once claimed was too far to ever swing by. I grabbed my keys. No rush. No panic. Just the next logical step, seeing the truth with my own eyes. As I drove, I didn't feel anger. I felt something colder. Clarity. Like looking at a design and finally seeing the flaw that's been there all along. The restaurant smelled of wine and warm lighting. I stood at the entrance, letting my eyes adjust. A server approached. I'm waiting for my husband, I said simply, showing my phone, I'm stuck at work. The server's face shifted. Recognition. Pity. Truth. He's at table 5, he said quietly. Then, with his fiancée. I didn't walk straight over. I observed first. Table 5 was tucked in the back corner. Eric sat with his back to me, head tilted in that relaxed pose he only used when trying to impress. Across from him, Alina. Long hair. Bright eyes. And on her hand, the diamond ring I'd found in his drawer. She turned her hand slightly, showing off how the stone caught the light. Eric watched her with the eyes of a man being evaluated. Being judged. Being tested. They looked like a couple with a promised future. That scene didn't hurt me. It clarified everything. Eric hadn't built a double life out of love. He built it out of strategy. Alina was the chairman's daughter. Eric was using my loan to prove financial stability to her family. He was using me as the down payment for his promotion. I was the invisible wife. The shadow. The past he wanted to erase. Comment below if you think I handled this the right way, or what you would have done differently. I walked straight to table 5. My heels on the floor made a steady rhythm, like my heartbeat. Not fast. Not shaky. Controlled. Eric didn't turn around right away. Alina saw me first. She tilted her head slightly, trying to place me. I stood beside the table. Eric turned, saw me, and the color drained from his face. Not because of guilt. Because of fear. Vivian you. I'm not here to talk, I cut in. My voice was firm, not loud, but enough to make the table next to us pause. I set a neat stack of papers on the table. The loan contract in my name. Bank statements showing money transferred to Eric. Documents proving I funded his performance. I looked straight at Alina. If you're his fiancée, you should know you're investing in a man who lives off his wife's signature. No anger. No sarcasm. Just truth. Sharp enough to cut. Alina looked at the papers, then at Eric. Her eyes dropped as if she just realized she'd been standing in the wrong place in this story. She didn't ask anything. Maybe she didn't dare. Eric shot up from his seat. She's lying. It's an internal transaction. I can explain. I looked at him. Just looked. Cold like the stainless steel tabletop in this restaurant. Eric swallowed the rest of his sentence as if it got stuck in his throat. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this story of taking back control. Alina stood up without a word. Her chair slid softly across the floor. She grabbed her bag and walked away. Straight. Quick. Decisive. The kind of walk someone takes when they've realized they were being used as a prop. Eric reached toward her. Alina, wait. But she was already out of reach. His phone buzzed. The screen lit up, Mr. Hale. Alina's father. The chairman. He looked at the call the way someone looks at a verdict. Eric turned to me. His eyes were no longer the eyes of a man confident in his climb. They were the eyes of someone who just lost the map in a dark tunnel. Vivian, we need to talk. You're misunderstanding. I stepped back. Very small, but enough. That distance said it for me. He no longer had the right to touch me. I turned to leave. Eric scrambled after me. You can't just walk out. We're married. You have to give me a chance to explain. I stopped. One beat. Then turned my head just slightly. I'll send the divorce papers tomorrow. My voice was low, calm, no tremor at all. The words dropped like a stone into still water. No ripples. Just a straight fall to the bottom. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to hit that like button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. That night, I didn't turn on the lights. I sat at my desk, opened my laptop, logged into my bank account. A few steps. Simple. Clear. I submitted a request to cancel all authorizations tied to the loan I'd signed for Eric. My hand didn't shake. I wasn't doing something huge. I was just taking back what had always been mine. The confirmation email arrived within seconds. A small green line. Asterisk, your request has been processed. Asterisk. I leaned back in my chair. The air in the room felt lighter. I opened a new tab and typed in the address of the law office I'd saved months ago. Tomorrow, I'd tell the story. No embellishing. No defending. Just stating the truth. And the funny thing is, the simpler the truth is, the more it hurts the one who's wrong. The first message I got the next morning wasn't from Eric. It was from one of his former co-workers. Asterisk, he's been suspended. They're in an emergency meeting with the board. Asterisk. I set my phone down. Not happy. Not sad. Just steady. What belongs to him finds its way to him. I don't have to move a finger. An hour later, a second message. This time from a friend of Alina's. Weddings off asterisk asterisk. Her family wants to cut ties. Asterisk. I read the message and locked my screen. Not surprised. A powerful family would never accept a man who built his future on a loan in his ex-wife's name. They need clean. Eric wasn't clean. By afternoon, his company released an internal memo. Asterisk, Eric is suspended pending investigation for knowingly concealing personal information that affects the organization's image. Asterisk. They didn't write the details. But everyone understood. In just a few hours, his name shifted from praise, asterisk ambitious, driven asterisk, to whispers of a two-faced man who used women. A career doesn't crumble from a grand scandal. It crumbles from a truth that's small but razor sharp. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I share stories like this every week, stories about recognizing red flags and reclaiming your power. I rented an apartment smaller than the old house, but brighter. Morning light hit the walls like a fresh coat of paint. No trace of Eric here. No shadow of the life before. I bought exactly 3 things. A lightwood desk. A soft rug. A small plant by the window. Everything else I left empty. Not because I lacked anything, but because I wanted to see the space. To remind myself I no longer had to make room for anyone else. Some nights I sat alone, looking out at the row of buildings in the distance. Not sad. Not nostalgic. I hadn't lost anything. I'd only let go of what wasn't worth keeping. And strangely, the quiet didn't feel unfamiliar. It felt like the moment you finally cut a tangled string that's been digging into your skin for too long. Light. Clean. Right on time. Eric called a few times. I didn't pick up. Not to punish him, but because there was no reason to listen anymore. People don't fall apart from one big shock. They fall when they're finally forced to face themselves without disguise. And Eric was staring at his real portrait. A portrait I didn't need to add a single line to. On my last day clearing out the old office, I suddenly remembered him at table 5. The calculated smile. The eyes waiting for approval. The posture of a man who thought he'd touched a power bigger than himself. I stood still for a few seconds, then closed the door softly. No attachment. No second thoughts. The day he was exposed, I didn't beat him. I just took back what was mine. The rest? He collapsed on his own. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do isn't holding someone in place, but walking away when the truth is already too clear. You don't lose by leaving. You just choose yourself again. Before you go, I want to ask you something important. Have you ever met someone like Eric? Someone more afraid of being exposed than of hurting you? Drop your story in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else recognize the red flags in their own relationship, asterisk asterisk. And if this story resonated with you, here's what I need you to do right now, asterisk. First, smash that like button. it helps more people find stories like this one. Second, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story about taking back your power and recognizing deception. Third, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Sometimes one story can change someone's entire perspective. I read every single comment, and I love hearing your thoughts. So tell me, did Vivian handle this the right way? What would you have done differently? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Remember, the truth doesn't need volume. It just needs clarity. And sometimes, the most powerful revenge is simply choosing yourself. I'll see you in the next story. Until then, stay strong, stay aware, and never let anyone make you doubt your own clarity.